Tell me about justice delayed is justice denied.
On the justice delayed, justice denied, when I did file enforcement in a family court, it took me 6 months to get there, and then the judge didn't rule on it. And I was like, why isn't the judge ruling? This is crazy. And 20, 60, 30, 90 days went by, and I'm like, the judge still hasn't ruled. So I looked into the law and found out that pretty much in every state except for about three, the judges don't have a hard stop on how many days they can take to rule on a case. In fact, they can just leave you in legal limbo if they want. So that's not justice. In fact, that's justice delayed is justice denied. And my judge took 6 months to make a ruling on an enforcement that took 6 months to get in there. That's over a year to get justice. That's way too long. Kids are, if this was a thing where kids were involved and they were withholding them or something, they had enough time to brainwash, alienate, emotionally abuse, and everything else. So what the justice delayed, justice denied does is it cleans up the court system, it adds more transparency and accountability, and it doesn't take discretion away from a judge because it makes them rule within 10 days. But if they need more days, it's in there that if there's someone that are using drugs, that they're waiting on a test, that after the hearing, it gives them 7 days to rule on after they receive those tests or whatever. But if they need more time, it also says that they can have 10 days more every time, but every 10 days they have to write why they need more days. So it adds accountability to the court. So they may just go ahead and rule because if not, they're going to be writing something anyway. So I'll ask you this. What did you have for lunch last Thursday?
Don't remember.
Exactly. And that's because you have 3 meals a day. A judge sees 10 to 15 cases a day, the same types of cases. They're not going to remember. They're not a computer. They're human. We make mistakes. And when you're spending tens of thousands of dollars to get in there, the judge needs to rule right away, if not within 2 or 3 days. I have judges and lawyers ready to testify that they run their courtrooms like this, judges do, and lawyers see this all the time. Where the bad apples are is when they start taking more than 10 days because, like you said, you don't even remember. If they go back and just read, let's just say you're a pro se, and they read opposing counsel's version of their recollection or their pleadings, and then they read yours, what was the point of having the hearing or the trial anyway? She might have just done it on submission if they're going to do that and make a ruling anyway. So this will clean up the court systems very fast and it adds accountability and transparency.